For years, discounts were one of the most powerful tools in business. If sales slowed down, companies cut prices. If inventory piled up, they ran promotions. If competition increased, they offered deals. Discounting became the default strategy. But in 2026, something is changing. Across industries, businesses are quietly moving away from heavy discounting and replacing it with a completely different approach to pricing. Because discounts, as effective as they once were, are starting to create more problems than they solve. The biggest issue is simple. Discounts train customers to wait. When people know that sales are always around the corner, they stop buying at full price. They delay purchases, they compare deals, and over time they become less loyal to the brand and more loyal to the discount. This creates a dangerous cycle. The more a company discounts, the more customers expect it, and the harder it becomes to sell anything at its original price. That puts constant pressure on margins. And in today's environment, where costs are already rising, that pressure is becoming unsustainable. So businesses are starting to rethink the entire idea of pricing. Instead of asking, how much can we discount? They're asking, how can we maintain value without lowering the price? And that's where the new pricing strategy comes in. It's not about lowering prices, it's about reframing them. One of the biggest shifts is toward value-based pricing. Instead of competing on being cheaper, companies are focusing on being worth it. They're investing in product quality, customer experience, and brand positioning so that customers feel justified paying the full price. Because when customers believe something is worth the price, discounts become less necessary. Another key strategy is price segmentation. Not every customer is willing to pay the same amount, and businesses are starting to embrace that more directly. Instead of offering blanket discounts to everyone, companies are creating different pricing tiers. Premium versions, basic versions, bundles, subscriptions, all designed to capture different levels of willingness to pay. This allows businesses to attract price-sensitive customers without lowering prices across the board, and it protects margins. There's also a growing use of dynamic pricing. Prices are no longer fixed in the way they used to be. They can change based on demand, timing, customer behavior, and market conditions. Airlines and hotels have used this for years, but now it's spreading into retail, services, and even digital products. The idea is simple. Instead of discounting everything, you adjust prices intelligently. Higher demand, prices stay firm or even increase. Lower demand, prices adjust, but in a targeted way, not through broad promotions. This makes pricing more efficient and less destructive to margins. Another major shift is toward bundling. Instead of lowering the price of a single product, companies are combining multiple products or services into a package. This creates the perception of value without actually reducing the core price. Customers feel like they're getting more. Businesses maintain their pricing structure, and the transaction becomes more appealing without relying on discounts. There's also a psychological element to this new strategy. Businesses are becoming more intentional about how prices are presented. Anchoring, framing, and comparison are all being used to influence perception. For example, showing a higher-priced option next to a mid-tier option can make the mid-tier feel more reasonable. Or highlighting the long-term value of a product can make the upfront price feel less significant. This isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding how customers make decisions and using that understanding to reduce the need for discounts. Another important change is the reduction of constant promotions. Instead of running sales all the time, companies are becoming more selective. Fewer promotions, more targeted campaigns, and clearer boundaries around when discounts actually happen. This helps reset customer expectations. Because when discounts are rare, they feel meaningful again. And when they're meaningful, they don't have to be as deep to be effective. There's also a shift toward loyalty-based value. Instead of offering discounts to everyone, businesses are rewarding specific behaviors. Frequent customers, subscribers, or members may get exclusive benefits. Not just lower prices, but better experiences, early access, or added value. This creates a different kind of incentive. Instead of chasing the lowest price, customers are encouraged to stay engaged with the brand, and that builds a more stable relationship. Technology is playing a huge role in making all of this possible. With better data and analytics, companies can understand customer behavior in much more detail. They can see who is price sensitive, who values convenience, who responds to certain offers, and who is willing to pay more. This allows for more precise pricing strategies, and that precision reduces the need for broad, margin-eroding discounts. But perhaps the biggest shift is philosophical. Businesses are starting to realize that discounting is not a growth strategy, it's a short-term tool. And when used too often, it weakens the brand, reduces perceived value, and makes profitability harder to maintain. So instead of relying on discounts to drive sales, companies are focusing on building stronger value propositions, better products, better experiences, clear differentiation. Because in a world where customers have endless choices, price alone is not enough to win, and constantly lowering it can actually make things worse. So what replaces discounts? A smarter, more strategic approach to pricing, one that focuses on value instead of volume, on precision instead of broad cuts, and on long-term sustainability instead of short-term boosts. In 2026, the companies that succeed are not the ones offering the biggest discounts. They're the ones that have figured out how to make customers feel comfortable paying full price. And that's a very different game. For a while, it looked like businesses were finally getting some relief. Supply chains were stabilizing, inflation headlines were cooling, and compared to the chaos of previous years, things seemed more predictable. But in 2026, a different kind of pressure is quietly building beneath the surface. A hidden cost surge, one that many U.S. companies didn't fully anticipate, is starting to squeeze margins in ways that aren't immediately obvious. And what makes this surge so dangerous is not just the size of the costs, it's how difficult they are to see, measure, and control. Because these aren't the kind of costs that show up clearly on a single line item. They're spread across operations, embedded in systems, and often disguised as normal business expenses, until suddenly they're not. One of the biggest contributors to this hidden surge is operational complexity. As businesses have grown, expanded, and adapted to new conditions, their operations have become more layered.